Hi friends, welcome to Taming Python series. In this video, we're going to talk about sharing functions and variables across multiple files in Python. So sharing variables and functions defined in one file with other files can be very useful. Sharing the variables and functions defined in one file with other files can be very useful to reduce the size of the code and to reduce the duplication of application code by defining variables and functions in one file and reusing them in multiple files. And you can increase the readability and maintainability of the application's code because we can split the whole source code into multiple files and folders. That means the code in each file can be, you can make it like less than 100 lines only, and if it's more than 100 lines you can split the code into some other files. So the readability and maintainability of the code will be improved a lot, and it's easy for the developer to maintain and manipulate the code. And implementing coding practices like separation of concerns, single responsibility principles, don't repeat yourself, and something like that. All these coding practices can be implemented only if you actually share the variables and functions across multiple files in your Python project or any project you say. In this example, I will share the code between multiple files. That means I will run a single file index.py, but the code will be spread across multiple files. I have to create a folder structure something like this for this example. Okay, let's get started with coding. So I'll take a blank folder. I'll open it with VS Code. I'll create a new file. I'll just name it index.py. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll create a new folder. I'll just name it stores, and in that stores folder I'll create a new file and I'll just write persons store .py. So what this person store.py will contain is the list of persons which I will use in this application. So what I'll do is I'll just define a variable called persons equal to, and so yeah, now I've got a variable which contains the information about some 5 different persons as Python dictionaries. All right, so my work is done in this file. I'll create another folder which is called utils. So all my application logic I will try to keep in this utils folder. In this util folder I'll create a file called info creator. Okay, I'll just define a function here called diff create info for person, and as an input I'll take a variable called p, which is the person object, and here I'll just return now. What this file does actually is, if you give a person object, it will give you a string which is user friendly and easy to read. Okay, so this is the name, this is the work of this function. Okay, all right, so now let's make another file in this utils folder, because this is one more application logic file which I'll going to name as get all persons info. So what this file would do is basically it will create the user friendly strings for all the persons in the store. So how can I do that? I'll just create a function here, def get all persons info, and now I'll just create an info array which will contain a list of strings. But I have to get the data from the stores, right? Because the person's information is situated in this stores folder person store.py. So how can I do that? What I'll do is, from my code will I will run my code using this index.py, which I didn't create, but I will run this code via index.py. So index.py is my entry code file. So all the imports that I have to define in my functions in my Python file should be related to this index.py, which is the entry Python file which I would be running ultimately. So the folder should be basically stores dot person store import persons. So what I did was, from this file I have imported this variable. You can see the file location is related to the entry file index.py. The file location is stores.person_store. So that's what I have written here, stores.person_store, and I'm importing the variable called persons because this is the variable, right? I've got the persons now. I've defined a nice utility function called info creator, and using this info creator, if I send a person object to it, it will give me an info string. So I can use this function in this get all persons info file, right? So the same way I'll just do from utils dot info creator import create info for person. So now I've imported the function create info for person also. So now what I'll do is for p in persons info array dot append. Now I am appending each person info as a string using this create info for person, and I am giving the person object called p. So now what I did in these 2 lines of code is basically I am iterating through each person in the array, and I'm creating another array called in and populating another array called info array, and in that I'm appending each time a new user friendly readable string, and the function was returned defined in another function called utils get all persons info. So now I've got the info array, so I'll return it from the function so that it can be used in the main function. So yeah, so now what this function called get all persons info does is basically it will from store it will get all the persons, and it will create a string array of user friendly readable strings, and it will return it from this function. So let me use this function in the entry file. So finally I'll create this index.py file, and here I'll write from utils, because it's present in the utils file folder, utils dot get all persons info, and import the name of the function which gets all the persons info is get all persons info only. So in index.py import get all persons info. So now what I'll do is persons info list equal to get all persons info. So what I'm doing is basically I'm getting all the information about the persons as readable strings in this variable called persons info list, right? And now I'll just print that. Okay, print join all by new line and print it beautifully. That's all. So what I'm doing is I'm separating each element of this list by a new line, so each person's info will be shown in each line. So let me try to save this, and now I'll try to run my index.py. If I run this, you can see the following is the person's information, then name is ages, I've got the information displayed for each person in the store. So like if I change the person store here, if I add someone else, and if I just run index.py again, you can see I've got the value of Tim also. That means what I'm doing is, in order to change something, I don't need to change the whole source code. I'm just changing the file which is concerned to that. So it's like a separation of concerns principle implemented. So it's a small example, but you can get the idea now, right? So let us summarize what we have done till now. In my index.py, I'm not writing all my application code, even though in this example the application code is fairly simple. But what I'm trying to emphasize here is, in this application code, what I did was I have split the application code logic into different files. See, in order to get all the persons info, I'm not doing the logic here. I'm implementing the logic in the folder utils.getAllPersonsInfo. So utils.getAllPersonsInfo contains the application logic, and here also I'm not writing the whole application logic here. I'm splitting it as per my architectural concerns. So what I did was, in order to get all the persons from the store, I have created another file in the folder stores.personStore, which is stores.personStore here, and I am using this variable inside this get all persons info. And even for formatting the string, I am not writing the business logic here. I am writing it inside the utils.InfoCreator, which is utils info creator, and here I am using this function inside the get all persons info. So you can get the idea that using this by sharing the code among different files, you can implement nice programming principles, and you can improve the maintainability of your code. Even this example is very simple, but I've just demonstrated this example to show you the idea that you can split the code and make your code more efficient. This pays you back when your code is very large, like if your code has some 500 lines or 1000 lines, or if your code is maintained for years together, then you have to use this style of sharing code between files. So that was about sharing files among different folders and splitting your application logic across different files inside different folders. So I've written a blog post on how to do that, and I've got the source code also, so you can copy this in your PC and practice it for yourself. I'll just try to wrap up with one more important point to remember, that is, this import statement should always, the import statements here should always be relative to the index.py file, that is the entry file from which your code is running. That means if I run this file, if I run get all persons info file, I'll get an error, you can see, because it is telling no module name stores. Because if you say this as an entry point, there is no folder called stores in the utils folder. That means the imports will be done only with respect to the entry point from which the code is run. So this file will be true only if it is run inside the folder of index.py. So this is one thing you have to remember while using the import statement, guys. Be sure to check out the link of this blog post in the description of this video. Hope you like this video. Thank you for watching.